Hello everyone, my name is Katie. I am the Introverted Reader, and you're probably looking at the background being like, where are you? What's happening? I recently moved into my sister's old room, so the background is going to be different. I'm actually standing up because there is a desk beside me here, which I was just going to sit on and film, but it was too bright. The lighting wasn't working for me, so hopefully maybe this is working a little bit better. Maybe I'll try something different next time, but this is going to be my wrap up for February. I realise that February is not quite over yet, but I finished my physical TBR and I don't really have any more plans to finish any more books and before the month finishes. So the first book that I want to talk about is our Introverted Reader Book Club pick of the month for February, which is the first book I finished, and that was A Curse of Darken and Lonely by Bridget Kemmerer. This is a modern Beauty and the Beast retelling. I have a full review of this on my channel if you want to watch it. Pardon me, I'm out of breath. I've been doing a lot of walking. I have a full review for this on my channel if you want to watch it, but overall I did really like it. I thought the relationship progressed really well. I've tabbed a lot. But I did have some issues with the plot, I won't lie, some character issues, but you can watch my review. I'll try and leave that link down below for you, but all in all, I gave this 4 out of 5 stars. The next book that I finished in February, and I'm so proud of myself that I finished this, Thunderhead by Neil Shusterman. This is the second book in the Arc of the Scythe trilogy, and I adored this so much. Like, I really liked Scythe, but this was just... like, it escalated. Like, it literally went, the plot literally went somewhere I never thought it would go. Like, it was like all about just like the perfect system that is keeping everything together slowly unraveling, and I was so here for it. Like, I really was. So yes, 4 out of 5 stars for Thunderhead. I can't really give a synopsis without spoiling anything, but all in all, it's really just about the society where humanity is basically immortal, and the only way you could die is if a scythe gleans you. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I don't want to give too much away because that's all I knew. But yeah, 4 out of 5 stars for Thunderhead. The next book that I finished in the month of February was actually a graphic novel, and I loved it so much. Heartstopper Volume 3 by Alice Oseman. This is so adorable. I love this graphic novel series so much. It's basically about these 2 characters, Nick and Charlie. And Nick is openly gay. He has been openly gay for a while. He's one of the only openly gay kids at his school. And then he meets Charlie, who assumes that he's straight, but they strike up a friendship, and then they start to develop feelings for each other, and it just goes on from there, really. Although I will give trigger warnings in this for suicide and, or no, not suicide, what am I talking about? Self-harm and eating disorders. Sorry, I don't know where suicide came from, but yeah, for self-harm and eating disorders. If anything like that triggers you, then be wary for reading this. But all in all, this is 5 out of 5. This was absolutely adorable. I love them so much. The next book that I finished in the month of February is another one that I'm so proud of myself that I actually finally read, and that was Red Scrolls of Magic by Cassandra Clare and Wesley Cho. Like, this was everything. Like, this is basically a story about Magnus Bane and Alec Lightwood, and they're basically on around Europe trip together, and then an old friend of Magnus's shows up and basically tells him that there's some evidence has come out that he was the founder of this demon worshipping cult, and said cult is just causing a lot of issues. They're killing fairies, they're killing mundanes, like it's getting a little bit out of hand, and so it kind of turns into this sort of wild goose chase. Like, Magnus doesn't remember whether or not he started this cult or not, so it kind of goes, you know, from there, really. I will say though, if you haven't read the Mortal Instruments series by Cassandra Clare, you might not fully understand who Magnus and Alec are, but all in all, I don't think it's that big of a deal if you don't, if I'm being honest. But really, this is just a cute story about Alec and Magnus, and Malik keep me alive, they really do. In my Goodreads, I think I give this 4, but I think in my heart I'll give this 5 because there were so many cute Malik moments in this. Like, I just adored it. So love this one. the next book that I finished in the month of February, and I'm so proud of myself that I finished this because I literally feel like I've been reading it for like 84 years, and that was Darken by J. Kristoff, the third book in the Nevernight trilogy. Can I tell you how freaking happy that I am that I have finished this trilogy? Oh my lord. Like, as soon as I finished, I actually listened to the audiobook for this, and I listened to the audiobook for God's Grave as well, and I think that is probably the best way to go personally for me, because these are really dense and it's extremely violent, extremely gritty, extremely gory, and at times I had to stop because some parts were triggering for me. So be very wary of all that when you're reading this. But this is basically a revenge story. Basically, this girl's family basically gets murdered. Her father is executed right before her eyes, and she sort of makes it her life's mission to basically kill the people that ended her family. And she has a cute little demon shadow cat along with her as well, and he's really sassy and we love him. Darken, 4 out of 5 stars. I'm so happy I finished that. Okay, the next book I want to talk about that I finished is Archenemies by Marissa Meyer. This is the second book in the Renegades trilogy, and I liked Renegades, but I loved this. This was amazing. Like, this is nearly a 500-page book and I flew through it. It's so good. It's basically this, it's set in a society where there's no like police officers or like firemen or anything. The people that are in charge of keeping you safe are like superheroes, and they have their own council and they keep everybody safe and keep the laws and everything. And there's the opposite side, they're called anarchists, and they're kind of like the villains, if you know what I mean, you know, and they all have different abilities. And our two main characters, one is an anarchist and one is like a renegade through and through. And our character Nova, who's an anarchist, goes undercover within the renegades. And this, I can't give a synopsis for this one because it would ruin everything, but this gave me the same vibes as Thunderhead, you know, like the perfect society that everyone thinks is keeping everyone safe. It's perfect, you know, it's the perfect way to go. It's slowly unraveling, and I'm so excited to read Supernova. Like, I'm so excited. 5 out of 5 stars for Archenemies. Honestly, 5 out of 5. The very last book I want to talk about today is Trials of Apollo, The Hidden Oracle by Rick Riordan. This is actually a reread for me. I'm rereading this series because the 4th book in the series recently came out last year, and I couldn't remember a single thing that happened in the series, and I was like, I can't read the 4th book and, you know, be completely inept to the rest of the story, because that's not fair. So I actually listened to this via audio, really liked it. It's basically, well, really liked it the second time. It's basically the story of the god Apollo, and he's banished down to earth, and he's been completely ripped of his godly abilities, and he can't remember why. Like, he's been banished to earth. He's like, well, this has happened before, but I can't remember what I've done this time. And he basically has to go through these different trials, hence the title, to basically gain favor back with Zeus and get back to Olympus again. And he gets himself to Camp Half-Blood, and things are happening. There's like a real like mystery going on, and he's at the heart of all of it. So yeah, I really love Rick Riordan's series. And yeah, this takes place after the events of Heroes of Olympus, so I would read that series beforehand, but you know, I loved it. That's all you need to know, really. So those are all the books that I finished in the month of February. I actually DNF'd one, The Novice by Trudy Canavan. It's the second book in the Black Magicians trilogy. I just couldn't get into it, dude. I just couldn't do it. So we ended up DNFing it and reading Archenemies instead. So yeah, that is my wrap up for February. I hope you guys enjoyed it. What books did you read this month? What were your favorites? I think for me, my favorites would be Archenemies and Heartstopper. Absolutely, like, those are the 5 out of 5 ones that I give this month. Anyway, let me know if you like this video. I would really appreciate a comment or two. My Instagram, my Twitter, they're down below as always. Please subscribe if you're new. And yeah, thanks for watching. Bye.